All right, next song on this way. So when I grow up, just an intro song. Don't gotta worry, or not an intro song, just an intro. It's a skit. Don't gotta worry about it. Some intros are songs. So that's what I assumed it was. It's not. I put a hat on, so I don't have to worry about looking so fucking bald. It'll probably come off at some point. This shit's not comfortable to wear with over ear headphones on because they aren't made to go together. But yeah, so we're gonna hop into on this way. The song's way longer, so I'll try to make sure the video doesn't go too long, cause
And
yeah,
I think I've been counting my hardest
I like the
days.
soulful feel so
Lord,
far.
won't you save me? Ooh, you know what I've been praying for. And I never thought I'd see this day. Yeah, I gotta make it change. And I think I've been counting my hardest days.
Writing plans to make a new report. Grind hard to turn my basement to a jewelry store.
So the first thing I'm gonna note, first of all, grinding harder to turn my basement into a jewelry store is a fire bar. That's clean as fuck. But again, what I said in the last one, got a very laid back voice. I think this is, especially with how fast this kind of came out compared to his last one. I think his last one dropped like 6 months ago. Right, compared to this to the last one, um, it's a lot more laid back. He again, like he said in the last song, he's not trying to impress anybody. He's just doing this shit because he wants to, and it's a lot more laid back, and it's just kind of him talking about his shit. Like I think it's just him talking about like what he wants to fucking do, you know. So I already like it. I just keep going.
If you don't do it for your kids, then who you do it for?
Woo, you'll do it for your kids. Who you do it for, man? Again, he's a family man. We know this, so I'm like it.
I'm trying to read and learn some shit I never knew before. Focus on investments. Build me up some new resorts. We can manifest it. You rather hit the Louis store, wasting all your blessings. Caring about the ones who doubt you. Just to impress some hoes who never gave a fuck about you. Just what I discovered. Never believed the family, that word is really your cover. Just a title to have the advantage to keep you under.
Oh, don't believe your family. That word's just a cover. He said, they might be your family, but it don't mean they ain't got bad intentions. Like they just cause that's the way we were like, born to say that like you always should be with your family, always trust your family. You can't always trust your family. That's just I feel like a decent amount of us can out there, but not everyone can always trust their family. They all have different intentions. You can never actually know they're all humans, right? Maybe your family, they're all human. You can't trust everybody you meet. It doesn't matter if they're related to you or not. You just simply cannot trust everyone. And he's saying that right now. Family is just a title. It doesn't actually mean anything.
I got niggas I consider brothers more than my brothers. Watching you show your colors. We live.
Woo! Okay. I got dudes that are that I consider my brothers more than my actual brothers. I'm watching you reveal your true colors. And you say, I'm closer with these guys I met than than my brothers I grew up with, and then that's just like a deep thing to have to hear. All right, so
Living in a world where prison walls is deprivation. Living in a world where snitching calls for celebration. Living in a world where niggas crawl in segregation. Rainy nights in desperation. Pray we fight the legislation. Protest until we flatline paralyzed. They throwing stones at my Black Lives Matter signs. Made a change, but we still not satisfied. I can't smile half the time. I'm still waiting, sitting, plotting on the couch. Cause I know that I ain't safe when all these cops is on the prowl. Trying to think of other ways, but we ain't got no other route. I'm starting to understand that shit that Pac was talking about. Word.
I think I've been counting my.
so gave a kind of little bit of a rundown of how he feels and how like his people feel about the current situation that's going on. He said, I'm finally starting to understand what Pac was talking about because when he listened to Tupac, he was young, and when you're a kid, it's music. Obviously got meaning. It's obviously got a message, but for the most part, you're listening for the music. And he said, thinking back on it now, I'm starting to understand everything he's saying. When you're a kid, you're naive. You don't understand everything in the world. And I can't speak from his perspective, obviously. I'm fucking, look at me. But from the general perspective of just any kid, you can't understand what's being thrown at you. It doesn't matter how clearly you describe something. A kid's never gonna fully comprehend a situation, especially one as deep as the current state of the world, even back then, right? But you know, he's finally starting to understand, and he's starting to realize, and he realizes what he's got to actually fight for. So I like it. It's good. I'm liking the messages are just great. So, yeah.
Hardest days, Lord, won't you save me? Ooh, you know what I've been praying for, and I never thought I'd see this day. Yeah, I gotta make it change, and I think I've been counting my hardest days. Lord, won't you
The
save
beat come
me?
back in.
Ooh,
Ugh.
you know what I've been praying for.
I just gotta say, man, the hook and the way the beat comes back, the way the beat came back in. Fuck this hat, man. This hat sucks. I would love to wear it, but I just can't. Not with these headphones. Which also means I gotta fucking, I'm gonna scrunch up and push them back in instead of using my fucking hands like a normal human being. But regardless, the hook. I think that I've encountered my hardest days. Obviously, if you're someone like Joyner Lucas, you hope that at this point you've made it in life, at least to a certain extent. I think enough to the point where he probably wants to do more. Obviously, who doesn't want to do more? But he's probably happy with where he is at the moment, and would be satisfied with it. So, but the way the beat came back in, that was I honestly didn't even realize it left, and then you heard it come in, and you just knew that was good.
I never thought I'd see this day. Yeah, I gotta make it change, and I think I've been counting my.
Look, time is money and the clock ticking. I teach my son love and respect, that's a God given. My sperm donor never been shit, just a flop. Listen, if it wasn't for my step pops, I'd probably turn out different. Probably be in a cell doing a live sentence. Probably had 20 baby mamas and 9 bitches.
So crazy. He just referred to his father as a sperm donor, which is insane. He doesn't even refer to him as his father. He doesn't refer to him as being family. He refers to him as none of that. Just simply someone who helped him be conceived. And he said if it wasn't for my stepfather, I'd have turned out different. I'd probably be in fucking jail right now if it weren't for him. That's crazy. That's insane. I don't know, man. That's just a wild to hear. But oh, jeez, it's so late, man. Why everyone gonna drop this shit at fucking 12, bro? But regardless, um, yeah, I just like I gotta run that back. There's something I wanted to talk about at the very beginning. Oh, I'll hit the volume. There's something I want to talk about at the very beginning.
Stop, listen, if it wasn't for my that's a God given. Time is money in the clock.
Time is money in the clock ticking.
Got it twisted inside the system, dropped out and failed, cause nobody listened to my admission. Sick of getting in fights with niggas less educated. Sick of getting advice from niggas who never made it.
Woo. So we went on a little bit of a thing there about how like if it weren't for his stepfather, like no one else was listening, whatever, all that. So if it weren't for him, he wouldn't be here. Tired of getting in fights with people who are less educated. You know, is not worth your time if they don't understand it, and they don't understand it. It's not worth your time. But then you said I'm sick of taking advice from people who never made it. How you gonna fucking tell me what to do when I'm here and you're there, right? Like, I can give Joyner Lucas advice, and he can choose to take it if he wants. But why the fuck would he take my advice when I'm watching his fucking video right now? I'm reacting to his song. He ain't reacting to mine. I'm listening to him. Alright? He said, y'all motherfuckers ain't made it. I'm here. Don't fucking talk to me. I don't need your advice. Maybe you should take your own advice. If it's that fucking good. If you know how to make it, if your advice is so good that you think people can make it off that advice, why ain't you made it yet? I'm here. And I didn't take your advice for once. So, he's hitting you with a little bit of a flex there and also saying, shut the fuck up. I know what I'm doing.
Sick of being polite to people with lesser patience. Oftentimes I wonder where I would be if I never made it. The hating always comes from niggas that wish they had all your blessings of the clout.
So, sick of being nice to people with lesser patience. I deal with that all the time, working with people. it sucks being nice to people who are not nice to you. It's the worst, but it has to be done sometimes. And he said all the hate's coming from people who wish they had my blessings. They wish they had what I got, and that's just the truth, man. For the most part, anyone who's hating on someone just wishes they had that, and they're mad they don't, and they're gonna try to take you down because of it. And he obviously knows that. He's gonna deal with it way more than anyone I know. But it's just, you get it. I don't want to keep pausing, but he's dropping some gems sometimes, some things I want to talk about. So
Bad vibes forever, but I'm destined on this route.
bad vibes
Starting to
forever.
understand that shit that X was talking about.
I knew that I was going the instant he said bad vibes forever. I'm destined on this route. I'm finally starting to understand the things that X was talking about. I thought that was a good way to kind of bring back that. I'm starting to understand the things that that Pac was talking about. So I like that. That was a good call. It was a good.
Think I've been counting my
Worst thing comes to worst, I fucking die a tragic death or some shit, and I'm not able to see out my dreams. I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message and were able to make something of themselves and able to take my message and use it and turn it into something positive and to at least have a good life.
If it ain't black on, I'm probably.
So before the game starts hitting this, that coming from X, fucking powerful, man. R.I.P. X, bro. Like, first off, I don't know, man. That shit, it hits different. I understand that, like, if I die some easiness, if I die a tragic death, I want to know that I made a difference. Like, I want to know that people got what I was saying and they understood and they were able to change themselves because of it. And I feel that shit like 100%, man. I want to know that even if I die or I'm not happy, I at least did some shit that could at least help other people. That's a thought I've been thinking about. If I live my whole life and all I do is help people and I never help myself, I'd say I'd be satisfied, but I don't think I'd be happy, right? But he's saying, I want to be where X was in that video, not, when it comes after, it's a little different. But in that video, he's kind of doing what he wants to do, and he knows that he's helping people. He just wants to know that that's a thing. So I understand that exactly, man. That's like the goal. Know you're helping people while you're also making yourself happy. That's like the end goal. So that was a strong message to come in from X. Again, R.I.P. X, bro. And we're gonna hop into the game, man.
Something positive and to at least have a good life.
If it ain't black on, I'm probably gonna use it to chop crack on. Hard white for all them hard nights I had my back on. Roach infested carpet, tiptoeing my mother's room. See a dresser and felt no pressure when taking a 20 off it. Compton like a closed coffin. We walking to school coughing. Often high off the gun smoke. Boston had at the front door. Cooking class, I'm J Hove. Rock it up on they stove. Me and my teacher going back and forth like No Name and J Cole. You said
Teacher going back and forth like No Name and J. Cole? Okay, bro. So the game immediately, because this is a laid back beat and he's still spitting it laid back, but I mean he's really he's painting this picture. It was not easy. And he's again fitting in with that theme of my hardest days are past me. He's explaining everything. It wasn't good out there. Often had the gun smoke, people shooting a lot, man. The cockroach again. It's fits with the fucking song, and he came in killing it, and he's still killing it. And it's just good. It's just great. It's laid back, but it still hits hard. I love it.
J Hove, rock it up on they stove. Me and my teacher going back and forth like No Name and J Cole. You said I would never be what? I wouldn't amount to what? Now you in this Trader Joe's, same line saying what's up. Talking about how you like my songs, not knowing it was me. Security had me in that headlock, and I told you I couldn't breathe. Now it's Black Lives Matter and white letters on your shirt. Now, how many black lives did you help or did you hurt? Did you handicap, block, push to excel, or did you hinder? Since hindsight's 2020, I guess you don't remember. Now you with your mixed child, having all these mixed feelings. But do your black husband know you tried to burn down our village? But never mind, front of line, that's for y'all to figure out. Just know that boy who wasn't shit bailed all his niggas out. And this my black queen, I kiss her on her black lips. And she rock off-white, cause she support black shit. And I'm blacker than a Stiller helmet or a Spike Lee flick. Black like the pick stuck in the afro or Kaepernick.
That literally just flowed straight into the end of the song. I was not ready for it to flow that fast. But he said a lot there, you might be saying and doing all this shit, but what did you actually do, right? Now that we're in this situation, a lot of people are coming out and saying Black Lives Matter. But what did you actually do to help? Did you actually help? How many people did you hurt? Everyone who told me I ain't gonna be shit, I helped everyone else. I came back and I helped everyone else that helped me get out. And that's, again, power. That's what you want. That's what everyone wants to do. Everyone wants to be the one that is successful and comes back and helps everyone else. I can't say everyone, but most people want to be the person who gets big and they get to come back and be like, "Yo, I'm here to help everyone else. I help everyone out that was there when I was nothing, bro." When you were saying I wasn't gonna be shit, and all these people were here, and now I am something, and you don't know it was me, but everyone that I'm helping knows it was me. I came back and I helped everyone. Again, banger song. It flowed straight into the end. It fit the message perfectly. The chorus is great. I loved that song. And then we're gonna hop straight to the next one. Things I've seen. We're gonna hop right into that after this. Uh, Fire. I liked it. Again, laid back, flowed smooth, great. That's about all I gotta say about it because the video is already about 16 minutes long. So as long as you know, man, that was a good one.